have it. Oh, it's a sticker. I'm like, what is on my finger? Good morning, Lynette. This coffee's good. Good morning. Sorry, I'm just putting trying to correct the area by my sewing station as best as I can while I'm sitting in it. I plan on fully deep cleaning this week after I'm done with Patreon. I have Patreon today. We're sewing up an exterior of the Pravada bag, I believe, and then tomorrow I'm cutting out with the rotary cutter, the rotary cutters, the mini Treskel, and then I am going to be working on some custom bags and deep cleaning. So my goal is on Wednesday to deep clean before I start working on custom bags, so that way I can just clean everything up, because everything is in disarray, just a little bit everywhere. Oh, well, I wasn't live for like the last past 4 or 5 days because I was in Pennsylvania. I was in Lancaster at a convention selling my bags, and I couldn't really go live because I don't usually go live because there's so many people around, and I don't want to go live and someone's trying to dodge or cover their face or ask permission to them to be in there. And it's out of consideration of people, because there's sometimes small children, and I don't like to put children in my lives or on the internet at all, point blank and period, because unfortunately, as much good we have in the world, we have equally just as bad, awful people. So I hate to do lives when I'm in a public place. I think I got all the pins. Every time I say that, then a magical pin just comes out of just out of nowhere. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so so sleepy. We drove back yesterday and we had a really good drive. We didn't get any of the rain that came right after we came home. Yes. So on Friday we drove into Lancaster. We set up for our booth. I put 3 bags, and I could have put 5. I always forget how many bags we could put into the art show. I put 3 bags into the art show. We got our booth all set up. We got our snacks, our chairs all set up, and we had uh the the show was ready to open up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a short day. Friday it's open from 2 to 6, I believe, and we had some fun. I got to see a lot of familiar faces. This particular convention, I call it like my wind down convention, because it's not like AwesomeCon or Otakon or anything like that. It is a more like these people could started a convention at like before I was even born. Like I think it was the 45th anniversary. And they started the convention to be like a Trekkie convention for the state of Maryland. and then they open it up to like the Delmarva. And if you're not from the East Coast, Delmarva is the Delaware, Virginia, and Maryland. It's like the little trifecta, so that they can meet up. And then it expanded to Pennsylvania. I mean, yeah, Pennsylvania, and just anywhere in the East Coast to meet up to celebrate, Star Trek. And they would get Star Trek um, actors, writers, fandom people, because there's a lot of lore. Like, there's book writers that do different, like, deep dives into different characters and how they became who they became. And then they started branching out to different themes like Fireflies, Super Troopers, like other galactical themes, like, deep space, just anything, Star Wars, just different fandoms. And they've been doing this strong for 45 years. It's pretty crazy. And it's very, if you really look at this as a whole, that these people have been running a convention for fans for 45 years is really impressive. Like, it's super impressive. And these people come back every year, and it's like revisiting with old friends that you may not see except once a year. And I think that is crazy. And even during COVID, they did a virtual one. It is amazing how well they did it. It's inspiring, and I'm glad that, like, the last past 4 to 5 years, I've been a part of it. Like, and they remember me. They're like, "Hey, Shanova." Like, I have people coming to my booth that like seek me out every year, and like they'll go and shop for their holiday gifts for their friends and families for Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah. And it's crazy. It's a great filling convention. With that being said, it was a little bit slow, and it's the economy. A lot of things are up in the air right now. There's a lot of federal employment people that are federally employed that either don't have a job, that are temporarily laid off, or their jobs are in the balance. And a lot of things with tariffs are freaking people out, rightfully so. But I did get to see friends that I did not see until from last year and things along that line. So I had fun. The first day was really good, even though it was only 4 hours. Me and Hope did pretty good with sales. Saturday was definitely better than Friday. Sunday, not one sale. No, I take that back. We had one small $40 cash sale, which paid for our dinner, and it was the proverbial tumbleweed coming down. Da 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 da. Like, you can, like, you're waiting to do like a a gun a gun match, just pop off like the westerns, because it was dead. It was unbelievably dead. Like, I was waiting for the tumbleweed to come across, and it was slow. And when you have those slow days, that where you get like one or no sales, it is very like, you kind of blame yourself. Like, my stuff is not good enough. Don't do that to yourself. Sometimes there's nobody there. How can you sell to nothing? You can't. So, but I got to see familiar faces, and I had a lot of fun. And we were out, it got my mind off a lot of stuff. So I had fun. So let's talk about the art show. So, again, I have 3 pieces in. So the 2 pieces that sold were the Rogue One bag, the Johnny B with the grommets and the eyelets and the patches all over it, and the Eevee that I put in, that was the Doctor Who bow ties are cool. That's what I named it. Bow ties are cool because it's named after the Matt Smith 11th Doctor. So I put when those two I put in. The way it works is it's an art show, so people put in their art. Like, there were Lords of the Ring Hobbit doors that, I'm not going to even lie, I was lusting and drooling after some of these Lord of the Ring art pieces. I wanted them. And there are sculptures, there are chainmail, there is jewelry. It's in a whole nother floor. Like, we were in the basement on the main floor, and the art show was in the basement. You put them in like at noon on Friday, and people have Friday and all of Saturday to bid on your art. So the way it goes is that you get a piece of paper, you put down what a quick sell would be, like, what is your if somebody wants to buy the bag right now or piece of art, you put down what the quick sell is and you start with the bidding can be the lowest amount where the bidding words can start. So people could put a bid price, but then people can bid right underneath them. Like, so they either, if they really want the bag, they could buy the bag quick sell, or they could start with a bid and know the fact that people could bid underneath them and they can lose out on the bag. No one did the bids. People bought the quick sell of my bags immediately. So I had no idea. So how I found out that my both bags sold is the first bag, the Rogue One, the people came out of nowhere. They were like, "You're the person that made this bag," and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, you won it?" They're like, "No, we bought it." The minute that the art show opened up on Saturday, they bought it. They seen it on Friday night when they got off of work, and they could not stop thinking about it all night while they were in the hotel room. Immediately when our show opened up at 10 a.m., they were the first people in there, and they seen that other people were looking at it, and they immediately bought the quick sell price. And they came up to me and they were like, "Did you take enough pictures of this bag?" I was like, "Yeah, yes." Thank you. And I was like, Would you mind if I take pictures of you to put it in on my YouTube page, and put it in the group that, just for the designers, so people can see that these designers are outrageous and they create these bags that can, make us make money." And they're like, "Yes." And they said the most kindest thing I've ever heard. They said two things. One, they didn't know whether or not to use the bag or place it in their house on a mantle as art. I literally didn't know what to say on that. I was like, "No, the more you use this bag, the more it's going to look lived in, and it's going to be more rugged. Use it. It's fully usable." Like, I made it to be used, but I appreciate that you think it's just like art. And two, they were the first person that has ever said this. They were like, "I don't know what you were feeling when you were making this bag." And you guys know it was anger. Um, they were like, "You need to make more of this bag. It would be a shame if we were the only people in the world that had this bag. Make more with our full blessing." And I was like, I have this thing where I was like, the duplication is not just for you guys. It's also like part of my creativity. Like, I like to make different bags so that I don't get bored. It's part of my ADHD. It's just part of my creativity, because if I make the same thing over and over again, it would just drive me absolutely batty. But I understand what they're saying. Like, they were looking at all the bags on the table. They're like, "All your bags are beautiful, but there's something that looks so different about this particular bag." I was like, "It could be the designer style. There's no other bags on this table are from this designer. This designer has a very particular style. That particular designer of the Johnny B has this very Dooney and Burke style. So, like, if you put her bag next to, if I made all like by Annie products, by Annie looks like Vera Bradley to me. So it's not going to look like anything from Cheryl's line. Like, it won't look like it. And like, each designer has a very eclectic style that looks like them. So if I'm mixing and matching, if you see Aura Rosa and you see if you see Shannon's, if you see Not a Threat Co. on there, of course it's not going to look like Sherelle's, because their bags don't look like hers. And so I get what they were saying, but it's hard for me to explain to them that designers have a particular designing style. And so when you make the bags, a collection can look like a collection, like inclusive, or all the bags could look slightly different because of the pattern style. So they were just like, "Just please make more of these because this bag was outrageous." I did have people come up to me after the bag was sold. I had 5 people come up to me, take my email, and come and ask requests for a special bag. So I have no affiliation to the Johnny B. I'm letting you guys know people are interested into travel bags. There are lots of travel bags out there. So you have the Johnny B by Sherelle. You have the Swoon bag, the Dallas Duffel. You have Aura Rosa. You have the Beast, which I have a great detailed video, long tutorial. I have 2 tutorials on it, which is like a total of 8 videos on. You have the Michael bag, which again, I have videos for that bag, which is from it's from Oh, Tara, what is your creations? There are a lot of bags out there that have travel bags. People are looking for them. I had 5 people from the Johnny B, like, I have never seen a travel bag out there, and I'm interested. So I'm just throwing that out there. And there were a little bit of more mature status, but they wanted more of a fun bag. And there was some that wanted like a Vera Bradley, you quilted it kind of look to it. And they just wanted to have fun fabric, whether it was like Disney or Star Wars or Star Trek, or some wanted cotton, some wanted vinyl. Like, so just something to think about it. Spencer Ogg has a travel bag too. There's a lot of designers that have travel bags, so this might be a different niche, especially we're in the summer season, and people automatically think that travel bags are for summer. Nay, nay. Think about it. It's Christmas in July. What happens during the holiday seasons? All we do is travel to our family and friends. There's no time stamp for a travel bag. People be traveling. So, um, just something to think about. Overnight bags for your kids to go to over to Papa and Mama's house. Like, there's many ways you can sell it. So it was really refreshing and fun. Now for the Evie bag, that was a different thing. People loved that bowler bag. So I had the Erica bowler bag and the mini E. People still bought the mini E because they love how small it is. But when they seen Evie, they lost their every love and mind. It was the pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets. The organization on that bag sold that bag like none other. Like, any and all my EVs sold, like, because of the organization factor. They like the fact that the middle divider eliminated a pouch in your pocket, in your bag, your pocket bag or whatever. They like that. The fact that and I think also because I carry the mini E, and they were like, "What is in your bag?" And they noticed that I didn't have a pouch, so my eye drops, my chapstick, and everything is in the center divider. And I, without noticing it, I don't have a pouch in my purse because the middle divider is my pouch now. I did not mean to do that on purpose, but that's how I use it. I had no idea I was doing that until people started saying, "Oh, so you don't use a pouch now because the center divider." I was like, yeah, that exactly. Like, but like, that's how I use it. Um, and then that's the Triskel. I carry the normal size Triskel. The Triskel fits in there perfectly into either side of the compartment. Like, it fits like a glove. So like, it works out perfectly. And they were able to see that I was able to put my cell phone in either side of the slip pocket and still the magnet closed. And they lapped that up, and so that one sold. It was They loved the fact that it was Doctor Who with the white button-up shirt with the bow tie, and the suspenders were the straps. They thought it was great, and how it was all Doctor Who fabric on the outside. People have a tendency to gravitate to my bags when they're not fandom fabric on the outside, but you could tell that it's a fandom bag on the outside by how I manipulate the vinyl. But then it's full-fledged nerdy on the inside. So that bag sold. My third bag didn't get any bids, but it got attention when I brought it back to my booth. And it got attention by a little girl, and the father then was like, "I want to buy this, but I want to buy it when she's not there." So he reached out to me after the convention to buy it, so he could wrap it and then give it to her as a holiday gift. But he didn't want to buy it there because he was like, she's going to ask for it immediately. So that bag was my Cheshire Cat bag. He loved it. His daughter went ham because she loves Alice in Wonderland, but wanted to not give it to her there, but as a gift. And that actually happens to you a lot. So just keep an open mind. Somebody might not buy something right then and there, but might reach out to you immediately when the day ends and say, "I want to buy that thing. Can you send me a Square link or a PayPal link? And here's my information. I'll pay for the shipping. Do you gift wrapped? Da 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 da." That happens a lot more than I it happens at least 3 to 4 times every convention, and it's usually dealing with a kid, like, a kid goes crazy over something, and the parent wants to buy it, but they wanna buy it for a special occasion, being a birthday, bar mitzvah, you name it, they wanna buy it, and they just don't want the child to know about it. Um, so, yeah, the kid put it on and was like, "Oh my god, it's a Muppet Cheshire." I was like, "Yes. Yes, it is." And I was so excited seeing it on that little person. And I did not take pictures because, again, it is a child. I will not take pictures of a kid, even if they give me permission to. People are weird. We People are weird. So, yeah, you can make these bags. People did the Everyday Companion for from what is not Bagstock. The Everyday Companion, the one that I made that was green, that had the what is the name of the car thread? Yeah, people were eating that one up. I don't okay, I have to have a wallet. I don't know what's wrong with me. I know that some people like the no wallet in your bag thing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to have a wallet. It just but people ate that up because they were like, "Oh, I don't need a wallet." I'm just like, "Sure, you're right." Like, but they love that one. They love the fact that they didn't have a wallet. They love the magnetic pocket on the back. I don't know. That green one's magnetic pocket is, I promise you, that has to be some kind of industrial wallet magnet. I don't know. That magnet is special because the force field in that magnet, I promise you, would attract the other bags and the bags would move to it. I'm like, why is that magnet so freakishly strong? But people love that one too. The Everyday Companion from Car Thread. I made two of them and they immediately sold. So like again, and Anana Threadco is like something for me. It like the Aries, the modified Aries with the flap is a no-brainer for me. They always hit hard and they hit well. And the Rowena, the side zipper, um that was like the first one that goes. There's something about that bag, the way when people realize you can unzip the sides and expand it, they're like sold. So those are the ones that usually hit really well. I like Ora Rosa for me always hits. So to me, like me saying Ora Rosa hits to you is like you're probably like, duh. Every time I put her in an art show, every time I make them, they just sell. It's just I think it's has a lot to do with Alexis's bag style, but I also think it's because I test for her and I do the videos that there's some kind of like we dance well together. So because I know her creativity and her patterns, and because I work with her, somehow the merger when I'm with her, like me and the patterns, it just they mesh really well, and you can tell in the process of making the bag. Um, and it just works really well. But I had fun. Like there were some unexpected ones. A lot of my wallets, like the Date Night Dina, I made two. You guys seen the Guardians of the Galaxy one? Those sold. The Guardian of the Galaxy Blue Cala bag, the little messenger that sold really fast. Like all the messenger bags that I made sold incredibly fast. So people were looking for that because they're looking for tablet holders for either their Samsung or their Apple, and they worked really, really well. So like it was like bags that were unexpected. I messenger bags generally don't work well with me, but the four that I had sold. So you never know. I would have bet money against them not selling because I always seem to have leftover messenger bags, but not this time. Messenger bags were a hitter and duffel bags. Nobody would have told me if Shinova, you brought three duffel bags, all three would sell. I would have been like, nah, I'm coming home with them. Nah. So so and then as far as bowler bags, the bowler bags that sold were Mini E and Evie. So and the my Erica Buller bags didn't sell this time, and usually they're the first ones that go. So it was a very intriguing process. None of the bags that me and Hope both picked for our top five didn't win, so we had to rock paper scissor it out. We ate at Sonic's, and because we had to rock paper scissor it out. Like I for sure thought The one of my Erica Bowler bags, the Ring of Power, was going to be the one that sold, and it did not sell. So that's the thing. That's the beauty of the game. You may think you know what's going to sell, and you don't. The Eevee sold, and I think it was also because my actual handbag purse was on the back of my chair, and I was able to show, like, this is my purse, this is all the stuff that I have in it, and they're just like, there's so much stuff in there. And I was like, because there's so many pockets. But yes, if you do sell the Eevee or you do give the Eevee away, you can tell people that, hey, you can go without a pouch because the center divider pocket is now your pouch. And I wasn't fabricating. All my eye drops are in there, my chapsticks in there, like my Kleenexes, and everything is in the center divider pocket. I don't need a pouch anymore because the center divider pocket is my pouch. So it's just something to think about, something but fun. What was the first bag that sold? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Going back to the first day. I think I think it was a Lord of the Ring one. It's always Lords of the Ring. It's always Lords of the Ring. I think it was the Everyday Companion, the green one from Car Threads. And we did not expect that one because it's green. Okay, here's the thing. That line, the Elvis script from Thumbs and Thimbles is a hit for me, but it's always a thing that I always think nobody wants because it's green. It's like, to me, you can't wear it every day. But then I always have to think Dooney and Burke purses are green and brown, and people wear them every single day, and they'll wear it with a bright red cut thing, and they don't care. But in my head, I wouldn't wear it because I'm like, I'm wearing red. It doesn't go together, right? People always like pick that one. And then the other two purses, on the first day, I sold 3 or 4 purses, and they were just, none of them were in our top 4, our top 5. And we were just like, what? They were weird ones too. A Firefly bag was the second one. A Lilo and Stitch, Rowena. And the Firefly one was the Dorian from Swoon. And it was a wallet. I think it was a Date Night Dina. And we had just other things we thought were like the Eevee was going to sell first or something. It was just not what we expected. And it was usually we'll have one in our top 5. It was like neither one of us. And we were like, we failed. We just failed. Yeah, I think it was the Rowena. It was either the Rowena or I think it was the Rowena. I have to go back. The thing is that what I do is I text my husband as we do it because okay, hear me out. So I write down a list in a book, in a journal, and then I give the journal to Kendall. And so as I'm selling them, I type them out. I'll be like, Rowena, Lord of the Ring, Date Night Dina, Galaxy of Guardian, and then he has them listed like number 25, and then on the we have them listed like this. So it'll be like number 44. So as I'm cutting these off, I'll list the number, and he's marking them off, and then he'll put on the side 1, 2, or 3, and that's how I'm able to tell you. But I don't have the journal, and I can't minimize this to go into his text to see which one was. I'll write down the numbers on which the top 5 were tomorrow and get back to you guys because it's in the text. I don't have them in front of me, and he's not here. So, but yeah. So what I usually do on my thing is that I always, when we're doing bag and tag, this is the system that works for us. When we're bagging and tagging, we write down, like this one says Burgundy Lord of the Ring map. It has the price, and then we'll write down the number beside it. So there is a tally. There's like a table of contents. Like we'll write down 1 through, let's say there's 60 bags. This is number 44. So by it will be Burgundy Lord of the Ring maps, the price, and 40, that it's number 44. So if this was to sell first, he'll cross this off and put number 1 on the opposite side. So we can now know that this particular style bag is was the first one that sold, just to know for our own references. And also that way I could take this off my inventory, my like, so that way I could take it off of Etsy, or I could take it off of whatever shop it's at. Does that make sense? Like, that's how I take it off. So yeah. So sorry, Karen. It may have been Rowena, or it may have been the companion. I believe it's Rowena. Or the, I'm sorry, I don't have his feed in front of me, but it's one of those two. But that's how we usually do it. That's how we usually roll, is that we just, I usually text him and he's the one that's at home writing, like, knocking things off. We give him the top 5 when we're there, but we were wrong. We were wrong. And none of the backpacks, not one backpack sold. And my top 3 had all backpacks. My top 3 were backpacks, and none of my backpacks sold. Which is weird. Normally I always sell like at least 4 or 5 backpacks, not one. And like, it's weird. I usually sell like a couple of Trailblazers, but no, it was duffel bags this time. So what can I do? You love not having a wallet? Really? I can't. I like having a wallet. I like to have, I don't know. I don't know. I love having a wallet. Only time I don't like having a wallet is when I'm going through TSA. I have like, um, I have like this little card wallet that I made that has like usually my ID and like my debit card or credit card, and I keep that in like my pocket, or like on in something like really close to me. And then that's the only time I like to not have a wallet, because I'm always afraid that somebody will steal it at the airport. Don't, it's weird, I know. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you today. So today I am going to be working with Patreon, and we're going to be working on the exterior of the bag, and I'm really excited about doing this part. I don't know. I'm always excited to do the exterior first, because I feel like when you see it done and you turn it right sides out, you're just like, yeah, I'm almost done. It's a drop-in lining, so we're going to be working with the grids, like a grid bottom this time, to give it even more stability on the bottom of the bag. And yeah, I'm excited about that. And then I'm just gonna rest because I'm so tired. The drive was easy going in and out of Lancaster. I'm just tired. Then tomorrow, Mini Triskel, and then I'm hoping I can get to some of my to do some of my like, I have a couple of orders, and I need to get to my laser and clean it and get starting with like some Dungeons and Dragons lasering and all that stuff, and get started on that, because next week is going to be pretty chaotic. So I need to get cracking on this week, and I'm excited about that. I miss doing the lasering and like uploading new things to laser. I don't know. I love my laser. It's just like I watch it like a hawk. The thing is that like they tell you not to walk away, and I take that very serious. Like, so I'll bring a little bar stool and I'll sit there and just like watch it. And if it's like a 30-minute project, I don't leave. I'm just there. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be stuck in my room all week, just chilling and watching my laser. So that's pretty much all I'm doing. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. I put Monday in the captain's log instead of Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and I hope everyone has a really good day.